Now let's do another one of those solving equations using fractions. What if I gave you something that looked like, let's see, I'll pick out, so I have 5/9 x. This is the new thing, the new skill that you need to have. 5/9 x is equal to -3/18, okay? If you have a fraction in front of the variable, you multiply each side by the reciprocal. I'll say that again. If you have a fraction in front of this variable, this letter, and you need to isolate this, you multiply each side by the reciprocal. The reciprocal is just flipping the fraction. Reciprocal is just flipping the fraction, which is 9/5. But whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. Well, now notice, these cancel out and these cancel out, and I'm just left with x. That's what I wanted. Isolate the x. Not 10x, not -3x. I isolate x. You have to do the x. Now, I come over here. Well, a negative times a positive, your answer is going to be negative. That's the first thing that I would always do. Look to see what your signs are. Is it positive or is it negative? In this case, a negative times a positive gives you a negative. Negative times a negative is a positive, okay? Now I can cancel things out. 9 goes into 18 twice. So I'm left with 3/10. Okay? So that's the new skill in this. I'll do one more of these examples. Not the fraction one, but what if I have a whole number? What if I have a whole number that looks like this? What if I give you -3x is equal to -6/11? Well, remember, in order to isolate the x, this says -3 times x, so you do the opposite. So you divide each side by -3. So these cancel out. X is equal to -6/11 divided by -3. Well, now that goes into what we talked about in the previous sections. Now I'm going to make this a fraction. -3 you can make as a fraction. Now I'm just going to write this out horizontally. So I have -6/11 times, or divided by, not times, -3/1. Keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. Well, now I can cancel some stuff out. Now 3 goes into 6 twice. By the way, that's a negative. Nothing else I can cancel out. So I have -2. Well, a negative times a negative is a +2/11. But I should have known that it was going to be, when it's negative divided by a negative, I know it's going to be a positive. The same thing applies with multiplication and division. A negative over a negative is a positive, okay? Answer, 2/11. It's 4.8. It should give you a lot of examples, so hopefully that helps.